For 25 years, fans haven't seen any undisputed title fight until this showdown between British boxer Tyson Fury and Ukrainian undefeated beast Alexander Usyk happened on the 18th of May in the Ring of Fire in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Pros reacted and commented on it, and these are some of the best ones for you.
He hurt Tyson Fury, which I was very surprised by as well. But look, overall, look, it happened in boxing. It happened in, and look, I can hear Tyson talking now. Look, it happens in boxing. You sometimes have a bad day in the office. I think today was Tyson Fury's bad day in the office.
Who wins a rematch?
Tyson Fury.
Bob, just your quick thoughts on that tonight. What did you make of that performance?
Good fight. I thought Fury won the fight, but two judges thought opposite. So we'll see what happens in a rematch.
You looking forward to that rematch? Do you believe Tyson Fury can avenge that loss?
What?
Do you believe Tyson Fury can avenge the loss?
I really think so. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he won 5 out of the first 6 rounds, and he led Usyk back in the fight.
Well, listen, first of all, what a spectacle. How great for the sport of boxing. Incredible fight, and absolutely a fight of two halves. Struggled to give Usyk maybe more than 1 round in the first half of the fight. And then all of a sudden the fight changed, 7-8, the momentum started to swing. How he survived the 9th, I thought he was very lucky that the referee didn't jump in. He showed unbelievable heart to stay on his feet and unbelievable composure coming out for the 10th, 11th. He was losing those rounds, but he was recovering. I thought Usyk started to look tired, but all of the momentum was with Alexander Usyk. You know, on the front foot, constantly walking Fury down. I thought the 12th round was quite close. Everyone asking around ringside who's got it at the end. For me, it was a draw or Alexander Usyk by a round or 2 max.
It was a great fight. I thought at one stage that he was going Usyk, and he found a second win. And when he caught Tyson, that was a good round for him. But I've got to be honest, and I know people would say I'd say it, but I thought he won it by a couple of rounds. I agreed with the judge who gave it to him. But look, no one's complaining. That's what it is, and we go with it. And Tyson has said that he wants the rematch, so that's where there'll be an immediate rematch.
I felt Fury pulled it through, but Usyk, they're both big prize for me, so I'm happy for both.
Is Usyk better than you thought?
Definitely. I mean, I don't think he's better than I thought, but I didn't think he could handle that much of a big guy.
What for Fury?
Oh yeah, for sure. He'll be there in the rematch.
Anthony Joshua is just like a rejuvenated version of him. Who's Usyk?
No, I don't.
Hot.com here with a legend, Kell Brook. Mate, who won that fight? Yeah, how many points, rounds?
He won majority of rounds. He won that. He got 8 in the fight, but I think he's come through and he's got the win. What about you?
I think Tyson just got it with the last round. Yeah.
Close, but I think he's got it.
Thank you, Kell Brook, mate. One of the greatest we've had.
Fight.com,
Antonio Tava, who wins that fight?
Hey, I think Tyson Fury had the early rounds, but when Usyk came back in 8th and 9th, made it tough. I think Tyson won that last round by a close margin. It could be a split decision Fury. I wouldn't be surprised with a draw. Wouldn't be surprised with a draw from what I saw.
Look forward to the rematch.
Definitely a rematch, man. If not, if Tyson Fury wins, I think they gotta pay Usyk off, and he gotta fight AJ right away.
Thank you, Antonio.
It was what it was. I'm happy with the performance, Both men's got paid and both men's going home to their lovely wives and children. And that's what it's about. We put on a show for the fans. Usyk's 37, I'm 36-year-old. We're not young kids anymore. We're at the end of our careers and we put on a brilliant fight tonight. So I'm proud of myself, you know what I mean? I'm proud. In that 9th round, I was hit and I was hurt. And I rallied on back. That's what the GK does. And it was what it was. I'm just thankful that both got out the ring in one piece and we're on to the next one.
Usyk. Close split decision. Draw by Roberto Duran. Thank you.
While sitting right in front of Alexander Usyk, this undefeated heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury himself gave some big harsh words during this interview with Steve Bunce, where Fury mentioned he is not sweating himself off for this fight. He said, "For me, he was never in the equation. It was always me, Wilder, and Joshua. He beat Joshua, so he took Joshua's position. So here we are to enter the equation." When Usyk was asked, "What does it mean to you to be the #1 heavyweight champion in the world?" Considering the attitude of Fury, Usyk's reply was quite a witty one. He said, "For me, it is more important to be a nice and decent man than the #1 heavyweight." As this was an indirect personal attack, Fury looked quite triggered and replied impulsively, "Well, I think we both are decent men. We're both family men. We both got children. We're both God-fearing men, so I don't think you can be any more decent. But listen, the belts are one thing aside, but me and him is go fight now. I am a conqueror, remember that. He is Alexander, but I am the great, so we'll see." Saying this, they both passed a friendly smile to each other. Tyson was so confident about him, but Carl Froch had something else to say. He thought Fury was great, but the way Francis Ngannou had beaten Fury after 10 intense rounds, maybe the tough times for Fury had arrived.
And I think Usyk's going to beat Fury. I just think it's close, it's tight. With the way Fury struggled against Ngannou, I just think it's a tough fight for Fury to win. Because Alexander Usyk doesn't know how to lose.
He thought Usyk was new to it, but he was envisioned and smart, and he was quite concerned about his weight throughout his career. He added, "He beat everybody, and now he is a heavyweight champion over Anthony Joshua, and he is getting bigger, and he is growing into the weight, and I just think he is probably going to beat Tyson Fury." Even when Usyk has been playing wildly in the past, Billy Nelson, the Scottish boxing coach, had less to no hope with him. When asked about the bout, he gave a one-liner, "Fury will stop him." Then came the strategy and dragging of the fight, when asked sooner or later. He added, "Later, because he is very, very clever, Usyk very clever, but Tyson Fury has got a fantastic IQ, and I think he will suss him, and he'll close the distance down, and he won't let him off the ropes as easy as what for talking say Anthony Joshua done for 24 rounds." Though most of the pros and fans had chosen Fury the Gypsy King for the win, Zhilei Zhang had some suggestions for him. He claimed that mere skills were not enough for Fury. If he had trained the same way he trained for Ngannou, he would lose. Even when Tyson's weight would give him an advantage, training and technique would define the champion here. He mentioned, "I think it all depends on what type of training camp they have and what type of preparation both of the fighters do in their training camp. If Tyson Fury fights the same way and prepares the same way he prepared for Ngannou, I think it is going to be a long night for Tyson. But if he really trains hard and really take care of his life and take care of his routine, I think he has got it. He is taller, his reach is longer, and he is more flexible. I just do believe he has so many physical advantages over Alexander Usyk, so I think if in a perfect world, I am leaning forward to Tyson Fury to get the victory." Regardless of the differences, it was a sight to watch the two champions fight. Eddie Hearn was also quite excited to watch Tyson Fury fighting live after 14 years. He had watched him fight live tens of times, but it was always a treat for a boxing freak to watch Tyson fight. While answering what he thought about the bout between Tyson and Usyk, he said, "I honestly don't know like two tremendous fighters. I do think if Fury is in the shape and the mindset that people keep telling me he is in, I think he wins. But it is anyone's fight. It really is." There was a lot of chaos about the weight drop of Fury and how he'd manage this new weight. When further asked about Hearn's stance about the weight and shape of Fury, he added, "He is still 19 stone plus. He is a huge heavyweight. Obviously, he is a lot lighter than he was for the Ngannou fight, but you'd expect that obviously with the cut, he has had an elongated camp. He has been eating well. He's been focused for the fight. I don't believe that Fury has been standing on the scales every morning seeing what he weighs. He is gonna weigh what he's gonna weigh." The change in weight was good and unpredictable, but came with a lot of doubts. Talking about the risk of fighting with the new weight and not being used to it, Hearn conveyed, "It is sometimes dangerous coming in lighter, not a weight that you fought out for a long, but depends how you want to fight." One of the fascinating things about this fight is how is he gonna fight? What is their tactics going to be? Not only this, but he then explained the complete set of tactics in his previous fights and how he could move and be at a better pace to win. He mentioned, against Wilder won, and particularly against Klitschko, he was off the back foot. He was very elusive. He was moving a lot. And then you saw Wilder too. He was very aggressive, come on the front foot and stopped him. So I think it's going to be the first one. I think he is going to be trying to move a lot in the fight, trying to be elusive, trying to box off the back foot. He is dangerous against a volume puncher like Usyk, but I think both fighters have to adapt in this fight, and Alexander is very good at doing that. Referring to the pace and jab, Teddy Altas had the same point of view. While talking to a private channel, he was asked, did he think it was a 50-50 fight, after praising and applauding the reporters for being real.
Time that you can make an argument for both sides, you got a good fight. Yeah.
Like everybody else, Altus talked about how Fury can have a clear advantage of his size and figure during the fight. With such great will, if Fury was such a big son of a gun, then Usyk knew how to win. He said, "I would say that for me it comes down to one key thing, the jab. Because for both guys, and I tell you what I mean, Fury, you know, he is very versatile. He is very athletic for a big son of a gun, and he can use that size for two different ways. We have seen it. He can go forward, impose his physicality and his will. He has got a great will. He wouldn't be alive today if he didn't have a great will. So that's enough said, and Usyk has a great will. Usyk is one of the great winner we have ever seen, and that's one of his greatest talents. He knows how to win. Where size and strategy were going side by side in Tyson versus Usyk, Evander Holyfield, who was going to attend the fight by that time for sure, was the one who clearly stated that only strategy and adjustment would make anyone the winner. He was pretty much concerned about Tyson's slow pace. When he was asked about the clash,
yes, you know, I think with Tyson Fury, he's not fast as Usyk. Usyk gonna throw more punches, so Usyk gonna hit him a lot. I think when it all come down.
He further made it clear that this was not the game of sizes and arms. This was the game of tactics and plans. He added, Usyk knows how to fight. He is more prepared. He is more prepared. He understands he ain't got the longer arm. He is kind of in that era like me. He ain't the tallest, he ain't the shortest. It is all this, so he had to make more adjustment. So, but he accustomed to make adjustment. So the fight is always going to work out for the guy who make adjustment. So he is the guy. Meanwhile, on one hand, we had the size and IQ of Tyson. On the other hand, we had the jab, pace, and punches of Usyk. Referring to this when Holyfield was asked about the face-off and who he'd chosen there, he elaborated in detail saying, Usyk, well, because the way that he is pretty much just like I was, has had faster hands. When you're fast, you have fast hands. You can take a shot, but you can also give one. You really have the advantage. Because he got faster hands, and he move a lot quicker and all that I am in the sense. You know Tyson Fury, I never seen him knock somebody with big shots guys like this, because he is not a big puncher. Where the weight and size of Fury had been called his strong suit, many professionals like George Groves have made a statement about Usyk, his skill and pace, and how it makes him the best fighter in the world. He stated, if he fights Fury next, I think he beats Fury. I think he is the best heavyweight in the world. And I know a lot of people don't like that bit. I think he is an exceptional, exquisite fighter. When asked about his comment, he backed his words by saying,
interesting comment you just made there, saying that Usyk's the best in the world. Many would argue that Tyson Fury still is. Why'd you put him above Tyson?
I think he beats Tyson. He's a better boxer than Tyson. I think sharper with the feet. He hasn't really ever come unstuck Usyk, you know, not since he's been up at heavyweight. And I think he's been getting better and better, you know. He had that round against Joshua where he got caught and it looked like, you know, but it just shows he's got a good chin. I don't think he's a totally different fighter than Fury's fought for the last few years. Maybe Fury doesn't quite fancy this Usyk fight. I think that's why this fight hasn't been made.
In the meanwhile, not only the fans across the globe, but Matthew Macklin was also under the same roof when it came to the excitement about the fight. He thought Fury would have an advantage of his constant movement and angles, while Usyk would have an advantage of his punches. However, the match would shape the history of UFC and would be one of the most exciting matches to watch. When asked about the fight, he stated, I just can't wait to get out there and experience the buzz and the excitement. Undisputed and two undefeated fighters in the undisputed four-belt era the first. It is going to be a historic event, and it was long overdue. When asked, what weight do you think Fury is going to be at? I think that is sort of, one of the key questions here. When the fight was among the undisputed, nothing went out of sight. Tyson's Fury new weight has become another sensation. Whilst everyone was bothered about this weight decline, no one could tell the exact weight loss and how it was going to affect his performance. Considering this, Macklin replied, I don't know. I'll be guessing it'll be in and around 19 stones mark, give or take. I don't think he will come dramatically lighter or dramatically heavier. He'll be somewhere in and around that way. He was again questioned about Fury and his plan of fighting. What game plan do you think Fury is going to adopt in the game? Do you think he is, going to try and stick it on Usyk, make his size count, or do you think he is going to surprise us or maybe try and box with it? Fury, being an experienced fighter, knew all the moves and had a clear advantage of it. Despite the angles and feinting, Macklin thought Fury would rip off Usyk. He He'd planned the game at a longer distance, which he had a lot of advantage. Usyk's best asset is his mobility, you know what I mean? He is constantly feinting, twitching. He is always stepping off angles, and you know his movements. But I think Fury will close him down. He'll use the jab, and he'll use his reach at long range. Usyk tries to get into mid-distance, get his shots off, and get out again. I think Fury will close him down, smother him, grab him, lean on him, and that's what I think he'll do. Because you know it's all about controlling the pace, controlling the range at which the fight is fought, so I think Fury will keep it long or tie him when he gets close. When asked about who in his opinion will win this undisputed and undefeated heavyweight championship, he chose his side by saying, "I am going to go for my home fighter in Tyson Fury. Look, I believe that he has got the tools to win this fight at the same time. I know that either makes a mistake in this fight, he is going to have to pay. When he is in the heavyweight division, these guys hit hard as well. We have seen both, I don't know. We have seen both guys going down, but obviously, I just think that it is a hard fight to call, honestly." He was very rational talking about the weight category and past gameplays of Usyk with Joshua, the fight which has lifted the mark of Usyk in UFC like anything before. When asked about how the weight is going to affect the game, he said, "Do let us know in the comment section below, what was your take on the fight before it happened, and what was your favorite moment of it?"